What is up, everybody? We are going to get right back into reactor blocks where we are going to take a look at all of the various options they have in the Nano Pack toy box library. You just jump into Reaktor, you click into the interface, you hit the enter key, and then you start typing in Nano Oscillator, and we can see that there is a multitude of different options that we can choose from in here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the Nano SINE Oscillator, the very simple oscillator for today. And we're going to go ahead and get rid of these additional scopes and oscillators. Let's just select all of those and hit the delete key on the keyboard, and then we'll drag in the SINE oscillator. Let's go ahead and patch in the pitch cable. Let's go ahead and patch in the scope. There it is, basic SINE oscillator. And let's go ahead and patch in the, so let's lose the mixer. We no longer need a mixer. And let's just patch this directly into the VCA. So if I just get rid of the first oscillator and we just hear the SINE oscillator right now, this is what it sounds like here. Now we can do some interesting things. We can grab the output from the top oscillator and chuck this into the FM input. And we can decide how much of that we want to dial in. That allows us to do some interesting frequency modulation on the sound. And then if we mix in the other oscillator that we have, it's going to give it a nice undertone. Oh yeah, that sounds great. Yep, that's thick. And me barely cracking 16% CPU. So, I mean, that's why the quality of these, the sounds coming from these are freaking incredible. And, you know, they barely run up the CPU meter. And that's what I love about this stuff too, is that it's really thick. Awesome sounding. And you know, you can easily get great sounds out of this, and it doesn't bust the CPU bank. So if we add a little thickness to the top oscillator, we can get some really interesting sounds here as well. We dial in some frequency modulation a little bit. We take the audio output from here and chuck this into the FM input. So that gives basically a constantly moving sort of FM sound in that original oscillator. If we do that, it doesn't allow for a lot of control, just kind of gives some constant movement into that signal. At any rate though, it's a really great sounding oscillator. It's very simple. We have some FM controls here. We have the level, tune, ratio, so that's cool. What is that ratio thing doing? Sets the frequency ratio of the oscillator snapped to the most useful ratios. Useful when using FM. Okay. So yeah, especially experimenting with this control and this FM control, this is not a simple sine oscillator. This is actually capable of quite a lot. I mean, if you're looking at the scope right here, there's a lot going on this signal. Yep. And there's all the crispiness. We weren't even hearing it. Now we are. Yep. There's just a nice sub kind of coming in and out there that's really, really lovely. That's so, I haven't even bothered like saving patches or doing any of that along the way. I've just been trying to explore the sounds and really document. But this is almost too lovely to not save as its own. So I am going to go ahead and save this in my normal place. I encourage you to do the same as you're exploring sounds. When when you find something that's really inspiring, that's just really like, whoa, you have to. I mean, yeah, I mean, at any note here on the bottom end, it's just so lovely. Just that sub pushing in and out of there. Until next time.